What's happening, guys? I'm sitting down in a chair with a light shining brightly in my face with a device in which to read emails with. Yes, you guessed it. It is Q&A time. We are back. I don't know. I think this is Q&A 746. We're back, and we're going to try and be more consistent with our Q&As. And I want to apologize a little bit in advance if these questions are a little bit old. Does not deface the value of the question, just means that I've been lazy in getting to answer your guys' questions. But if you're new to this whole Q&A thing, some of you might be new because there's new guys every single day. sicklemanonite@gmail.com in the description of basically all my videos. If you've got any questions for me, send it there, and then 6 months later, I will probably answer. We're going to try and avoid that. So let's get to it with question number 67. Alright, question number 67. Let's start with it. It's down in this general vicinity. First question is from Carl. What's up, Carl? Thank you for sending in the question. Hey, love your YouTube videos. I always watch them. Thank you very much. I was wondering what the device you check water temps with is called. I can't seem to find anything like it anywhere. No idea where to look. Any help? Appreciated. I wish I could have a Hulk in my tank someday, but it's hard to find being from Canada. Don't let being from Canada get you down. Don't let it get you down. What I use, it's an infrared thermometer, and I'm going to cut to just a sec, and I'll have it in my hand. And here it is. Look at that magic of editry. There was a minute in between there that makes it seem like a second to you guys. Basically what this is, I believe it's a reptile thermometer, but the basic principle of it is it's an infrared thermometer, which means it uses magical beams of intense light gathered from a solar system far, far away to a small package like this. This is actually a ZoomEd product, which is a brand. It's a brand of things. Basically, I have infrared thermometers. They shoot an infrared beam down there. A little bit of information travels back and forth, and it shoots you temperature. You know, Hulk tank 80.5 degrees. You can search anywhere infrared. Just go to eBay, go to Amazon, infrared thermometer, and you're gonna get lots of results, lots of inexpensive stuff. Drop my phone. I got this very cheaply on Amazon. I don't believe it's a very cheap product normally, but I got it for like 10 bucks on Amazon, shipped to my door. So keep your eyes open. I really love it. I love the handheld. It's very accurate because you're actually temping the water. I love it. Infrared thermometer. Highly recommend it to anybody out there, especially if you've got multiple tanks you need to check every day. Just boom, 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 done. Next question. Thanks for the question, Carl. Next question is from Norman. What's going on, Norman? What's up, Forrest? I just asked you. Why are you asking me again? Don't like this back and forth, Norman. This is not getting off to a very good start. Alright, I'm just curious about something. I've been watching your vids for a while. By the way, thank you if you've been doing that. That's fantastic. I love all your beastly fish, but I've never seen you feed them live food. Good point. Do you have any ideas on... Do you have any ideas on live food to feed to some salmoni and firemouths? I am not a live food feeder. Pellets are designed to be a complete nutritionally balanced diet. If people had like nutrition pellets that were like this, but I'd probably eat those because nutritionally pellets are far superior to anything that you're going to give them live. I don't care what you think it is. Unless you're legitimately going to the habitat and getting everything that these fish are, eating in the wild, in my opinion, a pellet is a much better choice than live food. And live food always has that possibility, depending on how you do it. If you do it safely, there's a million different ways to, culture, grow, whatever your own live food. And there's plenty of safe ways to do it, but there's always the slim chance of introducing viruses and all that kind of stuff that I prefer just to keep out of my aquariums. And it's kind of a hassle to deal with live, whether you're talking about live fish, because I do have piscivores in my tank. If you don't know what that means, it means I eat fish. And basically, the upkeep of keeping these live things where a pellet, all I got, it's just a jar. The fish don't know any different. And it's just not something that I'm really into. I've fed live stuff in the past. when you first get into the hobby, you're like, oh, these fish can eat a bunch of stuff, they're aggressive, they're hungry, let's throw whatever we can in there. And as you kind of advance more in the hobby and you kind of realize that maybe this stuff, these goldfish feeders and, you know, backyard earthworms probably aren't the best things for my fish. There's a reason these pelleted diets are so successful and so widely used in the hobby, is because they're designed for a certain purpose and they do a pretty dang good job at accomplishing that, and that is delivering a nutritionally balanced diet to your fish. And I would much rather have my fish be bored, because that's what a lot of people are going to say, well, whoa, don't your fish get bored of eating the same food? No, they don't, because they like it. But I'd rather have my fish be bored, in quotations, and have a healthy, balanced diet than trying to keep them not bored and throw a bunch of stuff in there that could possibly introduce something in the tank that does not need to be in that aquarium, something in my fish, a ton of different stuff. To me, I'm a pellet guy. That's how I'm always going to be. But great question, because it's honestly something that I don't do, and I'm glad you noticed that. It means you watch my videos a lot, and I know with Central American and South American cichlids, especially new hobbyists, feeding live food, you know, like I said, I was there. It's one of those things that like gets people into the hobby and gets people wanting these fish, and yeah, it's just not. I've kind of strayed away from that and been a little bit more regimented with pellets. Love the pellets. Next question. Next question is from Edward Peel. Hi, Cycleman09 from the UK. Now, are you talking? Is there another Cycleman09 in the UK? I need to meet this guy. I think you're just referring to yourself as being in the UK, but I've been wrong before, and I'm probably not. Okay. You mentioned a while ago that you would like a large tank with a cichlid group in it. Would absolutely love it. What peacock bass genus would you go for? No idea. Whether it is a mix or a set genus, I have seen some wildcaught calberi on the wraps list. I got a pair of Cichlid orinocensis in my grow out. Great videos. There's a reason I don't have any cichlid. There's a reason I don't. The fish that I don't have. Okay, let's put it this way. The fish that I have, I know about. The fish that I don't have, I don't know about. Eventually, someday, when I do venture off into the abyss of the aquarium hobby elsewhere, it's when I actually take the time, delve into these hobbies, African cichlids, cichla, some of those oddballs, your arowanas and all that kind of stuff. When I decide to delve into that stuff, when I've got the space and the time and all that kind of stuff, you guys watching up my videos, we're going to get that going. I don't like keeping fish that I don't know, so I prefer to keep what I know instead of trying to branch off and do a bunch of different stuff just to have variation. I'm not like that. I'd rather do what I know well than do something that I don't know so great. And it's hard for me to, excuse the term, it's hard for me to half-ass something in terms of with a new fish or whatever. So when I decide to go into that cichlid genre genus, I'll do a little bit more research, because honestly the answer to your question is I have no idea what kind of genus, because I haven't really sat down and done the research like I need to do. And maybe that's a lesson for you guys that I like to follow by, is I don't keep fish that I haven't researched. I'm not just going to go out and buy a fish that I have not looked up and know what kind of tank it requires. Got So that's definitely something you guys probably should take to heart, is if you're going to dive into something, absolutely love what you do and enjoy it, but make sure you choose the smart decision and do your research and know what you're getting into first. There's a reason I don't have cichlids, because I don't know cichlid. As much as I would love a big giant group of peacock bass, I know that I probably don't have a tank that can hold them, so I don't try and stretch myself too thin. I don't have a lot of fish, because I know what I've got maxes out what I have. So great question. Leading into maybe a piece of advice for you guys is, don't dive into something if you don't know what you're doing. There's always opportunities to learn, and there's always, you know, that place to start, but make sure that place to start is as good of a place to start as you possibly can. I feel like that was a pretty good piece of advice. Stamp. Last question is from Jack. What's going on, Jack? My YouTube is Herps Fish. My question is, what was your first no goldfish in the hobby or a fish advancement before those awesome cichlids? When I really delved into the hobby, I think about 4 years ago, cichlids is what I've done since then. Since I've considered myself a fish hobbyist, I've been into Central and South American cichlids the entire time. No deviation. There's been a little bit of experimentation for like a week, but I've always come back to my true home, and that is these beasts. It's what I love, and it's what I can't not love. But my first probably no goldfish was like a family fish that the family had, and we're just gonna give you four letters: PACU. And if you know what that spells, and you know what kind of fish we're talking about, you know that this fish does not belong in a home aquarium, at all. Unless your tank is literally in the thousands of gallons, this fish is not a fish that needs to be kept, honestly, by anybody. Nor is this a fish that needs to be distributed by major chains. And I'm not going to get into that right now, but major chains, I don't believe they do anymore, but major chains, this is a fish that major chains distributed on a wide mass amount, which is highly irresponsible by these people, taking money over, it's borderline the edge of animal cruelty, irresponsibly selling fish like this to people who don't know any better, honestly. So we had this pacu that was probably the size of Hulk in what was like a 20-gallon tall aquarium. And we're just gonna say that if you know what I'm talking about and you know the reference I'm referring to, you know that this is a wrong situation. We didn't know any better. I was probably 14 at the time. I'm 86 now, so it's been a few years. But it was probably in a 20-gallon tall, maybe 29. I don't think 29. That's 29. Looks a little big. And couldn't turn around in the tank. Couldn't turn around, and we fed it hot dogs on a daily basis, which I feel terrible putting that out on the internet as being somebody who wants to model what you do. I'm not telling you guys what not to do, but I'm going to tell you guys, do not do that. Don't go get a big fish, put it in a small tank, and feed it hot dogs. That's it's not what this is about. That's not what I'm about now, obviously. But it's probably my first non-goldfish. But once there was a gap between then, but by the time I got into fish myself, but when I got into fish myself, this has basically been, it starts out Oscar Jack Dempsey and then snowballs to Umbies and Hogamoo rooms eventually, but a little dark side in my fish past. And on that irresponsible note, we're gonna end today's video, end today's Q&A. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys expect more, because I'm gonna be doing more Q&A videos. So if you've got questions, please send them to cichliman09@gmail.com. And I'm not going to promise, but we're going to try our best not to take a month to answer you guys. For all of you guys who answered that or asked that we answered today, sorry that it took so long. Just been having fun doing other sorts of videos. But I promise this Q&A stuff's not done. I love doing it. I love the interaction between us. And if you're new, you like today's Q&A video, hit that subscribe button. If you've got something to say, hit me down in the comments below. There's a thumbs up button down there. If you liked the video, you should hit that already. But if you didn't yet, click that now. It lets me know that you liked the video. And if you didn't like it, click that thumbs down. It lets me know that you didn't like it. Go to the Facebook page, cichliman09. Go like the page. Click on that little thumbs up thing there. Hulk says thanks for watching. I say thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Doing whatever the heck we're doing, having some fun in the fish room with my awesome viewers, me, my fish, and I already said viewers, but you guys, and really appreciate what you guys do. Make me love what I do. Our piece of advice today is don't slip on a banana peel if you're walking on your head, okay? Because you're just going to land on your feet. That might actually look pretty cool.